Ok, aquí les voy a enseñar cómo funciona el robot. Cuando el mercado va para abajo o va para arriba, de la misma manera el robot nos va a dar una ganancia a nosotros. Ok,
Okay, so this is the time axis, and this is the price axis.
one second. This is the price downstairs because I had something there. Downstairs is the price what, sorry?
So this is the time, the x-axis is the price, and the y-axis is sorry, the time, and the y-axis is the price. The horizontal is the time, the vertical is the price.
Ok, el horizontal es el tiempo, el vertical es el precio.
Okay, so when the bot starts, when we turn on the bot, it's going to buy a value of 3.39% of the capital that you assigned for this specific coin.
Cuando empezamos el robot va a hacer la primera compra del 3.39% de la moneda.
Okay, and then when it buys 3.3% of the capital that you assigned for that coin, it's going to watch for the money. It's going to buy at any point of the time, and this is going to be 0.0 for us.
Entonces, cuando el robot compra el 3.39, va a comprar a cualquier momento de la compra y a cualquier hora que esté el robot activado.
The first scenario that if the market is moving up.
El primer escenario es cuando el mercado va para arriba.
So if the market is moving up, it's very straightforward. We have a stopping point here at the plus 1.5%.
Cuando el mercado sube, la primera parada que hace el robot es al 1.5%.
Okay, when it reaches 1.5%, the bot is going to give us, the bot is going to be ready to sell, but it's not going to be selling immediately. It's going to wait for the market to retrace by 0.5%.
Cuando alcanza el 1.5%, el robot está listo para comprar y va a hacer una retrasa al 1.5%.
Yes, after it retraced by this value of minus 0.5%, let me just write it here, minus 0.5%.
Cuando retrasa para abajo al menos 0.5%.
Then here at this point only is going to be selling the order that it purchased at the minus 0.5%. This is because if the market is moving up, it's going to always see the highest price in the market that it reached to, and then calculate minus 0.5% below that. Because we want to follow the market to the highest point, and then when it starts moving down, then we sell. If the market is moving rapidly high, we don't want to sell at a low point. We want to sell at the highest possible point.
Okay. Esto lo hace para que el robot pueda vender al mercado a la más alta posibilidad. Entonces, cuando él va viendo que está a la más alta posibilidad y baja menos 0.5%, es donde él vende porque él quiere vender siempre donde esté lo más alto posible y no donde esté lo menos. Entonces, siempre va a vender cuando sube y luego baja al menos 0.5%.
Okay, that's very simple. And if the second scenario, that if the market is moving down.
El segundo escenario es si el mercado va para abajo.
So when the market is moving down, we have a stopping point here at minus 2%.
Cuando el mercado baja, tenemos una parada al menos 2%.
Yes, when the market hits the minus 2%, is going to be ready to start buying more into the market. But it's not going to buy immediately. It's going to wait for the market to move up to buy 0.5%.
Entonces, cuando baja al menos 2%, ya el robot está listo para comprar, pero va a esperar subir a 0.5% más y ahí es donde hace la compra.
And here at this point only is going to be buying a new position.
Y ahí es donde compra una nueva posición.
Yes. Why are we doing this? Because if there is a bad market scenario, then what's going to happen is that the market is going to move straight down. If the market is going straight down, the bot is not going to buy anything. It's going to wait for the market to start moving up again. Then only at this point is going to be starting buying again.
Okay. ¿Por qué hacemos esta parada al más 0.5%? Porque si el mercado empieza a caer, el robot está hecho para que no compre, porque puede caer mucho. Él va a comprar hasta que si baja, suba al 0.5% y ahí es donde compra la posición. Antes no la va a comprar. Si va el mercado de caída, él no va a comprar.
Okay. So let's say the worst case scenario is that if the market just hit a minus 2% and then start moving up by the value of plus 0.5%, then it's going to be buying here. Plus 0.5%.
Entonces, al final, si no baja más del 2%, él va a comprar al más 0.5% cuando va a subir.
Yeah, so it's going to be buying here with a value of, let's call this value at the beginning just 1x, one time. 1x is 3.39%.
El
So
1x es el valor principio que va a comprar el robot.
okay, so at this time here, when it goes down minus 2% and then go up by 0.5%, it's going to buy again 1x, the same value that it purchased at the beginning.
Cuando baja el 2% y suba al más 5%, va a comprar el mismo valor que compró la primera X, para que entiendan al 3.9%, del mismo valor. Va a hacer la misma compra, el mismo valor.
Right now, we have two orders of the same value. One is at the 0.0 of the market when we started, and the other one is at minus 2% or whatever the market was at that time when it purchased. Now, those two orders are going to be combining in one average price here in between, because the value, it will be exactly between, in the middle of those 2 points. The buying of the low and the buying of the high is going to be at the middle, because both purchases having the same value with the same amount, the same value, 1x of the capital. So our average price now is at the middle of that.
Okay. Entonces, cuando llega a pasar esto, se crea una línea en el medio que es donde se crea el average price, el precio promedio que se le llama, porque las dos tienen el mismo valor, pero una la compró en alto y una compró en baja. Entonces, ahí es donde se crea el precio promedio.
So
Okay.
what's the average price? Let's define average price. Average price is the price where the market comes to that point. It's going to be, we don't have profit, we don't have loss. This is our new 0 point. Remember, our 0 points was when we made the first purchase. Now our 0 point moved down a little bit because we purchased at the lower market price. So this is now our zero point for both the operations, both of the buys here and here. So this is our 0 point.
Okay. El precio promedio va a ser el precio general donde no hay pérdida. Es el precio que se compró en alta y que se compró en baja, que se queda en el medio. Entonces, ahorita la línea que él hizo es donde se va a marcar el precio promedio de lo que compramos la primera X y la segunda X en alta y baja.
Okay, right now the market doesn't have to go back up again to 0.0 and then plus 1.5% to start selling. No, it just has to cross this average price by 1.5%, then start the process of selling everything at just 1.5% above the average price.
Entonces, para hacer la venta, el robot no tiene que pasar la primera línea, que es la primera X a 3.39%. Tiene que pasar la segunda, que es el precio promedio que tenemos. Pasa esa línea al 0.5% más para que pueda hacer su compra.
Okay, now let's say also that the market did not move the way we wanted, and it did not hit the average price and move above that by 1.5%. Let's say it just crossed this line, made this order, and then it started moving down again.
Ahora supongamos que no pasó la línea de precio promedio y que más bien en vez de subir, vamos para abajo.
Now we have another point, stopping point here at minus 5%.
Aquí tenemos otra parada al menos 5%.
At this point, once the market hit the minus 5% from the previous buy, the bot is going to be triggered to start buying again into the market, but it's not going to be buying immediately, because if the market is moving down, we don't know where it's going to be reaching. It's going to be only start buying when the market starts moving up by 0.5%.
Cuando el mercado va para abajo al 5% y está listo para comprar su tercera posición, la va a comprar hasta que suba 0.5%. Si no sube 0.5%, no la va a comprar la posición.
And this is just because maybe when you got this order here, there was some bad news in the market, and the market moved straight down. If the market moves straight down, you don't know when exactly it's going to be regularized again. It's going to be just waiting for the market to start moving up a little bit, and then it's going to be buying at this point only, so that we will not lose into all of this market drop. We're going just to buy at the lowest point of the market.
Okay. Y eso está hecho porque puede ser que la moneda tuvo una mala noticia o una mala influencia, entonces hace que caiga mucho. Entonces, al ellos tener esta más 0.5%, evita que la moneda compre posiciones y compre posiciones para no tener tanta pérdida. Entonces, él no va a comprar hasta que no suba. Entonces, en vez de comprar en el 0.5, va a comprar hasta abajo, abajo, abajo.
Now, let's say the worst case scenario that it just hit the minus 5% and then went up by 0.5%, and the second buy was here at this point.
Vamos a suponer que la segunda compra fue aquí, al menos 5% y más el 0.5%.
At this point, it's going to be buying 2x, not 1x at the beginning, like double of the two orders on the top, so that we have big volume down here.
En este momento no vamos a comprar una posición de una X, vamos a comprar el doble llegando aquí.
Okay. Right now, when we buy big amount down here at minus 5%, it's going to bring the average price even down just between those two orders here because we bought a big volume down. So our new average price is going to be somewhere here.
Al comprar estas dos posiciones, ya el precio promedio ya no está arriba, sino va a bajar. Vamos a estar aquí porque se compró una porción más grande.
Right now, the market doesn't have to go back up again to 0.0 and then go above that by 1.5% to start selling. It just have to cross this average price, which is our new 0.0 by 1.5%, and then start the process of selling everything and then closing the whole trade and make profits.
Entonces, al llegar a este punto, ya no tenemos, el borrador no va a esperar a subir hasta arriba, más el 1.5%. Va a pasar la primera línea de precio promedio que tenemos y al 1.5% empieza a vender y se cierran las 4 ventas ahí mismo.
Okay, let's say also again the worst case scenario that the market just hit this point, it took this order and kept on moving down.
Vamos a suponer que no pudo vender y en vez de subir, está bajando otra vez.
We have another stopping point at minus 8% from the last order.
Tenemos otra parada desde al menos 8% desde la otra, de la comanda anterior.
Okay, right now it's going to be doing again the same operation like before. It has to wait for the market to move up by plus 0.5%, then start buying into the market again for the same reasons we mentioned.
Y hacemos la misma operación. Tenemos que esperar que suba al más 0.5% para poder comprar.
Exactly. So if it goes down, if the market's moving down, it's not going to buy anything here. It's going to wait for the market to reach to the lowest point and then start moving up again and then start buying. So the worst case scenario now that it just hit the minus 0.8% and goes up and then start buying here into the market at this point.
Y ahí va a pasar lo mismo. Si al menos 8% él no sube más 5%, más 0.5%, no va a comprar hasta abajo. Pero vamos a suponer que compró aquí al más 0.5%.
At this point, is going to be buying 4x. That means 4 times the initial order. That means we have a bigger quantity down here, and that's going to be bringing our average price even down further to this point. Let's put it here. So our new average price is going to be almost at this point.
En este momento ya no compró 2X, compró 4 posiciones en este momento. Y va a bajar el precio promedio, lo vamos a bajar hasta donde lo acaba de marcar él ahí. Ya no hay que esperar hasta la segunda línea, sino la primera que está abajo, perdón.
Right now, the market doesn't have to go back up again to this average price, not even to its average price, not even to here to plus 1.5% to start selling. It just has to cross the new average price for all of these trades, plus 1.5%, and then start the process of selling everything and keeping the profit aside.
Y aquí pues se repite lo mismo. Nada más tienen que pasar la primera línea más el 1.5% para vender todas las posiciones a ganancia.
Let's take again the worst case scenario that the market just hit, just hit this point and took this order and kept on moving down.
Vamos a suponer que en vez de vender de comprar esta posición, nada más se fue para abajo la bolsa.
Yeah, so let's consider this market scenario that the market went down and stayed down for so long time.
Digamos que quedó bien abajo por mucho tiempo.
Okay, at this below the minus 8% and below the last order that we mentioned of 4x, we have many orders being ready for the market to move down, and that's the difference between those two is just going to be 1%, and those are going to be independent covers or independent trades.
En esta posición ya el robot tiene varias posiciones listas para vender. Entonces aquí se hace una venta independiente, lo que se llama.
I'll just draw a couple of them here to show how it works.
Esto es en caso que la moneda va cayendo sin parar.
So the difference between each order and the other here between those independent covers is going to be approximately, it's not exactly 1%, but approximately 1%.
Between each?
Between each cover, independent cover of those. Like this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, all the way down. Between those independent covers.
Entre cada una de estas posiciones independientes habrá aproximadamente un 1%. Es el 1%. Entre cada posición independiente que está creando aquí.
Let's say the market actually went down and reach to, let's say, just for an example, to minus 50%, and stay there for like 1 year.
Digamos que el mercado cayó 50% y se quedó ahí por un año.
Yes. What's going to happen here is we know that in cryptocurrency, normally the market in a normal day goes up or down plus or minus 1 to 5%.
Sabemos que en el mercado de la cripto, vimos si está en decadencia, el mercado se mantiene al menos 1 o más 1%, 1.5%, siempre arriba o siempre para abajo.
Yeah, and that will end up on the bot taking maybe a couple of trades every day, maybe a couple of trades every couple of days, and create a small profit because those are independent positions.
Y aquí el robot lo que va a hacer va a vender independientes posiciones y va a crear pequeños tradings durante el día o cada 2 días, porque son independientes.
Let's take one of those normal trades that happens every day. On this point, for example, that I'm highlighting here.
Vamos a tomar un ejemplo de una de estas ventas independientes que es aquí en un día normal.
Yeah, let's say the bot bought here at this point and then sold at this point. Like, because we said the difference between each one another is just 1%. So
Digamos,
it buys here maybe and sells here.
Digamos que vendió en el primer punto rojo, que en el primer punto rojo ya tenía la primera compra y la vendió en el segundo punto rojo. Como dijimos, entre cada posición independiente de línea naranjada hay 1%.
Okay, let's say this operation that we just mentioned now have just made a profit of, let me just try to get in a good way. Okay, this trade here made a profit of $2, for example.
Un ejemplo que esta venta nos dio una ganancia de $2, por ejemplo.
Yeah, so what the bot is going to be doing is going to take 50% of that as immediate profit, and 50% it will use it to offset this average price on the top, because we have a big trade on the top here waiting for the market to come up and close this trade.
So the 50% is for profit, and the 50% goes here to the 4x that we have here, 4 to 1x, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Entonces, al vender la posición aquí, que le ganamos $2, el robot te va a dar $1 automáticamente como ganancia, y el segundo dólar lo va a poner entre las primeras 3 líneas verdes que tenemos aquí, que es donde tenemos la venta de precio promedio que él había empezado. Entonces, $1 para nosotros y uno para cubrir aquí las primeras 3 posiciones que compró el robot.
Yeah, so this $1 is going to be added to this average price to bring it down.
Entonces, ese dólar se va a agregar donde está el precio promedio para que el precio promedio vaya bajando.
I'll explain now how exactly, what mathematically, how is it going to be bringing this average price down. Let's say in this average price here, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 trades. 4 trades all combined in one average price. Let's say we spend total of $300 to buy all of these 3 positions, and the amount of coins that we bought is 0.5 coins, just as an example.
Okay.
And then the average price for that, you want to?
Yeah, I wanted to. Okay, go finish.
So the average price for that is going to be the amount of dollars that we spent divided by the number of coins. In this example, like 300 divided by 0.5 is going to be 600. This is our average price.
Okay. So, para calcular el precio promedio, vamos a tomar las ventas de la primera, segunda y tercera línea que se hicieron, que en este momento vamos a poner un ejemplo como fueran 300, y que compramos 0.5 monedas. Entonces, se divide 300. You divide 300 by 0.5, sorry, Mohammed?
Yeah, 300, which is the amount that we spent to buy all of these orders here, divided by the number of coins that we have in our custody. So 300 divided by 0.5, that gives us the average price.
Okay. Entonces dividimos 300 sobre 0.5 y el precio promedio nos da $600.
Okay. Now, how are we going to use this $1 to bring down the average price? Because this is our target here, is to bring this down, the average price down. This $1 is going to be coming here to this amount of dollars that we purchased. We will minus that from the 300.
Okay. Entonces, el dólar que ven aquí abajo, que es uno de ganancia y el otro que para bajar el precio promedio, este dólar va a subir aquí para ir bajando el precio promedio, que fueron los $300 que compramos.
So our new amount of dollar that we spent is going to be $300 minus the $1 is going to be 299.
Entonces el nuevo precio va a ser 299.
Yes, and the number of coins is not going to be changed because there's fixed amount. This is coins that we have it already in our cluster, 0.5 coins.
Y el número de coins no cambia porque son los mismos coins que ya tenemos aquí, porque la moneda todavía sigue abajo, no ha subido. Entonces los coins no cambian nada.
So what else is changing is the average price. Using the same formula, like 300 divided by 0.5, right now is going to be 299 divided by 0.5. The average price is going to be 598.
Entonces esa es la misma fórmula. 299 dividido entre 0.5, ya el precio promedio va a ser 598 y no 600.
Right now, what does this mean? That means this average price just moved a little bit down. Because it was 600, now it's 598.
Quiere decir que ya el precio promedio, pues en vez de 600 son 598, entonces ya bajó un poco más.
Now, one more operation like this happens here during this market because it's just 1% different between each others. Another operation happens, it's going to be moving down more.
Entonces, si otra operación pasa abajo, que son posiciones que vaya vendiendo de 1% aproximadamente, va a ir bajando el precio promedio.
One more is going to be moving down and down every operation that happens. These operations can happen every day, or maybe in a day it happens a couple of times.
Estas operaciones pueden pasar 2, 3 veces al día, una vez al día o cada 2 días. Y cada vez que esas operaciones pasan, el precio promedio va a ir bajando.
So eventually what's going to happen, this average price is going to be coming to the market price here. It will be reaching to the market price. And then when the market goes above that by 1.5%, is going to close all of this cycle and start all over again.
Entonces, una vez que el precio promedio baje hasta el punto que él marcó ahí, y eso llega a alcanzar ese nivel, hay que esperar nada más que eso al 1.5% y se cierran todas las compras que hizo al principio.
And when this
Y se
market,
empieza
when this average price is going down, and let's say at a point of time it touches one of the independent covers like this one, because it's still open, it's not sold yet. So it's going to combine this cover along with the average price here, and everything moves down until it reaches to the current market price plus 1.5%.
Cada vez que el precio promedio va bajando y alcanza las posiciones, él va a ir combinando las ventas para ir bajando lo más rápido posible y poder combinar lo que le está marcando de cada venta que se hace hasta llegar al precio donde está la moneda y cerrar la venta total al más 1.5%, perdón.
So that's all. See, the idea here, what we have different here and differentiate us is that the market doesn't have to go all the way back up again here plus 1.5% to start selling and make it profit, because we don't know when the market is going to come back up.
El concepto de que tiene el bot es que no tiene que esperar hasta que suba hasta arriba más 1.5% y cerrar la venta, porque nosotros no sabemos cuándo la moneda va a subir, cuándo la moneda va a bajar más. Entonces, por eso el concepto está hecho así, para que vaya vendiendo y siempre vayamos teniendo ganancia.
That's why we are actually pushing this average price to come and meet the market price.
Y por eso es que estamos empujando siempre el precio promedio para que vaya hasta el precio que está en el mercado actualmente.
Yeah, so once this is closed, it's going to start all over the cycle again at 0.0 at this market price here, and then wait for the market to move up or down and operate accordingly.
Okay. Una vez que ya este ciclo se cerró, va a volver a empezar todo al precio que está en el mercado actualmente.
Questions?